Hey, your setting is not as dark, or the lighting is as dark as
Oh
it's
my
been
god.
before.
What is going on here? Hang on. What is that? I don't know. I don't know. We're going to tell scary stories in the dark.
There you go. Hello, everybody. We're doing a
Hello.
live show for
As always, it's a cluster.
the Destiny's Captive.
Wait, I'll turn it this way.
Wait.
Here you
That's how
go.
we're doing it.
I have a big old library sticker on mine, so
That's what a lot of mine do.
yeah.
Depends on where they put them.
This is definitely one of those that's just not going to come off without ripping it, so I'm like, whatever.
Hello,
The
Jody.
Denver Public Library. This
Nice.
came from far away.
Nice. I get those sometimes with the thrift books when they're old library copies.
Yeah, maybe this was a thrift books one. I don't remember. That had to have been where I got it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do we want to say what we're currently reading?
Yeah, let's start off with that. What are you currently reading?
Well, it was the Destiny's Captive.
Was it Destiny's Captive?
It was. But I'm actually in the middle of like a fantasy arc that's been taking me like a month to do because historical romance and that kind of thing. But so yeah, I don't know what my next book's gonna be. It's actually probably gonna be another arc, but it's historical romance one, the Duke's Dream by Giovanna Siniscolci.
Hmm.
So that's gonna be my next read after this one.
Okay.
What about you?
I am in the middle of Nocturne by Karina Halley.
Ooh,
I have gone totally off the rails with my Ever After books. As per usual. No, I do have a lot of arcs that I'm behind on. So I'm trying really hard to get through those. I'm even using the like assistive reading thing. It's where like it'll talk to you and I hate it, but like I need to get through this book and some other ones. And audio is just the way to go for me to do that. So yeah. But that's what I'm reading right now. I think I'm only reading one book. I'm only reading one book for a change.
That happens for me too. Depends on the week, the day.
Yeah.
We reading up to 5 books or one book. It
right? It says I'm reading. Goodreads says I'm reading 2 because I haven't put my review in for this book. But with that being said, should we get into what did you rate this book?
Yeah.
First of all, did you finish it?
I don't know how to say this. Yes and no.
Okay.
Because I did finish it because I had to finish it with the audiobook. But I really did enjoy the audiobook, so I don't feel like I retained a lot of it. And I feel like I need to re-listen to the last hour. But
no, you don't. No, you really don't. I'm sorry. I'm giving this a 2-star. I'm giving this 2 stars, and it hurts my soul to give any Beverly Jenkins book 2 stars. But my whole feeling is summarized in great beginning. Everything else was just boring. I was so bored. And I think that's just very typical of the way she writes her books because it is very everyday life of what they're going through at that time, even though it is a different time period. But I don't like that stuff. I need like a plot. Like what happened to the plot after like 15% of this book? Yeah. Anyways.
No,
it hurts my soul.
It does. And I was like, I think my biggest problem I was like, whenever it was talking about the different family members, and I was going, oh no, it's one of those, isn't it? I finally go off the rails and read out of order, and like I should have read it in order. Gosh darn it.
uh, I don't know, because I feel like it wouldn't have mattered.
Okay.
Not, at least not for me, because even if you talk about those family members, there's nothing going on with them. And then there was just like a lot of like head hopping different characters, and
yeah. Like especially the spicy times of other characters that you're like, whoa, I don't even know who these people are. What are we doing?
And what's the point of it? What is the point of it? I feel like a filler. I don't
like, ma'am, I don't know you guys.
And then they never show up again. I was, why do we care?
Probably that's why I'm like, it probably makes me feel like you had to read like the other books or something. So.
Yeah, like maybe they were one of the other couples or something.
So it's kind of like you already know who they are. Yeah.
Didn't care at all.
Okay, so I was like, for this being such a piratey cover, there wasn't a lot of piratey action, and I was like, why?
There wasn't. In the very beginning, there was the hidden identity, there was the forced proximity, there was the kidnapping, like she kidnapped him, that he kidnapped her, and like I loved that. But as soon as they got married, and he drove her on a train across the United States to San Francisco, and she's like experiencing all these places for the first time, I didn't care. Like, I just didn't, and I feel so bad because like I did like the way she writes like history and stuff about the train, about how in certain state they had to like basically be with where the animals were, because of slavery and stuff like that going on at the time, and then in other states they could be in the regular car. Like, I loved that kind of stuff, but like it was just too much of it.
Yeah. It was a struggle. I feel bad because everyone, this is my first experience, and I'm like, I knew I should have started with Indigo.
I know. I loved Captive, so it's not my first experience. Like, Captive was great.
Is that Captured? Is that the one?
Oh, maybe it's Captured.
There's so many captive names for pirates.
I'm like trying to like, okay. It's way over here, but I can stretch. Captured. Yeah, this is the one I really liked. Because it kind of has a bonkers part of it. You know what I mean?
Oh, that one has bonkers, yeah.
Yeah, this is the one this is probably still my favorite of her books. But I think it's just the way that the type of reader I am and the type of writer she is, because her writing is beautiful. Her storytelling is beautiful. I can recognize that. I just am like,
I need to be connected to the characters.
Yeah, I'm not a
characters to be with them with slice of life.
Right.
Because I normally don't. It doesn't bother me. Yeah, at all. Like, I enjoyed that.
Even if it's character work, like there just was no drama in any part of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It hurts my soul because I want to have more books that I like from her, but I know that she's this type of reader, and I just need to stop trying. I need to stop trying to make this thing. Okay.
Stop making.
So like I will never get rid of her books because I love their covers.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh gosh, what was I gonna say? Wow, my brain is fried. It's been a week, guys. Oh god, what was I gonna say? Yeah, oh gosh, what was it that? Okay, the main reason that was frustrating for me, and it has nothing to do with the book itself, is I wish I could have read it physically more, because the audiobook, the male narrator, I just was not a fan, and it kind of ruined the experience of it, because the way, like, there's no female voices and it feels like it's like condescending sometimes when they try to do the female voice, and I was just like, this is really not getting me. It's making the connection not even worse to this book. So I'm
I
like, I
think
wish I could have
it.
read it just physically.
Yeah, I was okay with the narrator. I figured like once I started it, I was like, okay, we're getting one of these where he's gonna make all the girls talk like this all the time and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But my thing with it was that there's too many different characters that are women in this book, and he wasn't mixing it up enough, I guess.
Mhm.
And so they all just kind of blended together. And so I had, and then with the way the writing is with the head hopping, I had no idea who was speaking. So
Yeah.
that was hard to follow.
Yeah.
I didn't mind when he was doing the male's voice. I did feel like this hero was a little full of himself. Like, like
But he has some
the
great.
what
I mean, he has a mouth on him at times. I'm just
he
gonna say.
he does, but he's like, "I'll show you a good time. You know, just wait." And I was like, a little too dial it down, bro. Okay, like I don't know. I don't know.
That's funny.
I don't know. I didn't mind the main. I liked the main girl. The main. What was her name? Pilar. I liked her.
Hmm. Yeah.
But I also wish that they would have just had more time on the pirate ship, or something would have happened at the end, with like, because the whole time they're like going to San Francisco to kind of hide out because she's a pirate and she's doing all this stuff, but that never happens.
Yeah. What? Okay. Riddle me this, because I'm pretty sure I fell asleep during the last like half. So,
I haven't
um,
read it in a week. It was more than a week ago, so I'll try.
what do you remember? What happened in the end? Like, was there anything that happened at the end?
Oh God. Obviously the epilogue is like a baby of some kind, I think.
Yeah, I felt like, yeah, she was like, she was 6 months
Oh no
pregnant or
no.
something.
Oh no, I'm sorry. The epilogue, she wasn't just carrying one baby. She was carrying twins. Um yeah. Oh, and then she's like, okay. Okay, hang on. Okay, you know how like the one thing he loves about her is like her sword fighting him with the rapier,
Yes,
and that's it.
that's it.
That's it. He was like,
She's a feisty woman. That's
she's
what
a
he likes.
feisty woman, but that's the only way you see her as a feisty woman. And then at the end and the epilogue, when they have twin babies, she's like, "Do you think they make rapiers for babies?" And I was just like, "Come on,
Oh man, we're
like
really cheesing
we're
that one
pushing
on,
it.
huh?
We're pushing it." I don't know. I was just like, at that point, I was kind of like, "Oh, thank God this book is over."
It's kind of why, like, this took me a long time to read, because just been busy. So I had to pivot and totally change a genre because it was gonna make me burn out of historical romances. Because I was like, I just can't with this book right now. I'm just like, I
I
keep
know.
falling asleep. So yeah,
And saying that
what's
hurts
going on?
so much. I feel so bad. But yeah, this one wasn't for me. This wasn't the greatest one.
Yeah,
There has
I'm gonna
definitely
definitely
been
try.
much better historical romances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's got to be more piratey stuff happening in a pirate romance for me for sure.
Yeah.
I
Like
need
the
the adventure.
Amelie Howard book is super piratey. I love it. She's all swashbuckling and stuff, you
That's the
know?
yellow cover, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that one it's way somewhere. It's way somewhere down there and I'm not gonna get into it, but
Hmm.
I forget what it's called. I wish I could at least see it, but my eyeballs suck, so I can't. But Amelie Howard, even her princess series, one of them is I think Hidden Identity one,
Hmm.
and she's the captain of the ship or something. I forget, but they're at least on the ship for a while, and she's doing like a lot of the cabin boy stuff, and you know, like, and then they have a portion of it on land, but there's like this overarching plot that's really good, and I love Amelie's books, but
I will say that it was really cool to hear about like Cuba and Spain and all that, like just kind of the traveling side of it and just hearing that part of the world instead of just England and that whole situation. So
yes,
I enjoyed that a lot.
yes, yes, I liked that too. I like the historical stuff that she does. Like
Hmm.
she really tries to immerse you in that era, and she doesn't change what happened or anything like that. She's just kind of taking her characters and inserting it into the situation. Like, so that I always love the settings and the way she describes them and the time period and things that
You can
happen.
tell she's one of those what I appreciate about historical romances of yore is that may or may not be as prevalent today is really the historical research trying to bring in like
Yes.
a real historical event into like historical romance or a fact about the time or something.
Right, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love this cover. Abs, abs, abs. Honey
Yes.
bunny.
Yes. I love it.
It's a great cover. It's a great cover. I loved when she stole his ship and he's like, what the hell? Like that whole beginning had me. I was like,
It was yeah,
yes. And
yeah.
then it's
I
like
think it
once
was
she got
like
married, all the fight left her.
yeah. When I started traveling back, it was kind of I was like, oh no, there's no back
Yeah.
and banter back and forth.
Yeah, go back to the
That's
first part on the ship.
I need I need the banter. And there's too many
The
people. I don't know who everybody is.
the Lindsay Sands one that I just read,
Lady Pirate?
the pirate, the lady pirate, that didn't take place on the ship the whole time. It took
Hmm.
place, I'm pretty sure, in England, and she's trying to get her estate back and stuff like that. So she's having to pretend to be nobility, and so is all her crew. Her crew is having to pretend to be like footmen and all this kind of stuff, and they've got eye patches and peg legs and no nose and like. So even though it wasn't on the ship all the time. It was kind of that fish out of water thing, and they brought the pirate ship to land type of feeling. So that even like that was so good, and then there was such a good plot, and I don't know, like it was so funny. There was just stuff to keep you engaged,
Hmm. Hmm.
rather
Yeah.
than just telling. Oh, I made eggs today. I don't know. She tried this type of food. She didn't like it, and her aunt was here and her sister, I don't remember. You know what I mean? Like they were
Yeah.
visiting.
Yeah.
They were visiting. Okay, cool.
We're like, okay.
Just
Yeah. Yeah.
nothing
I
happened.
I read the Cressley Cole one. That was my first read of the readathon so far, and that was a fun pirate one. Can I tell you anything about it right now at the top of my head? No, but it was a lot of fun.
It was a Cressley Cole pirate.
Yeah, it's a historical romance like pirate one. It's called The Captain of All Pleasures. And there's that one, and then I think it's like a kind of like a duology, what we call it, but they're an standalone interconnected, we call it.
The
Um,
captain of all pleasures.
yeah. Let me
I'll have to check that one out.
let me check my review because yeah, there's adventure, hijinks, and it felt like a sweeping, swoony romance and the slowest of slow burns. So good. So
Yeah,
that
you
was
had
my
me at
review.
everything else but slow burn, but I'll deal with the slow burn.
But it was tension slow burn.
There
You
was
know sometimes.
tension. Okay. I'd rather have a slow burn full of tension than what this book was. A slow burn full of no tension. That's what it was.
Yeah,
There was no tension.
this one kind of reminded me a little bit of Johanna Lindsay one that we knew and love
Yeah, it's
because
all the family stuff. Right.
Well, it's that kind of way, but it's because like her dad is they're like a sea captain, so like there's this race that they're doing like across the world. So there's a little bit of a mystery because somebody's like sabotaging. But then
Yeah.
her father gets like imprisoned, and so she wasn't supposed to, but she like takes control as the sea captain for her ship to get there. Um, and like they're like sabotaging each other, but like there's something else going afoot that someone is trying to like sabotage her dad because usually basically the nod to win because they really need it or something like that because they're all falling on hard times or something like that or just like a series like a bad issues of their ships going down, I think, or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, it was good. It was good.
Hmm.
So
Okay, I'm putting this one on my list for next time. So I don't know that I'm going to read any more pirate books, honestly, right now.
mm,
I'm not.
I
I'm just
usually
reading
read,
so
yeah,
slow.
yeah,
So
and I usually read just a couple during the summer or something, and then for the next year. But
I'm just you know me, I really like the more modern contemporary historical romances
mhm.
that are written now, and with the big push to like kind of just forget they even exist lately with publishers and everything. Like
Yeah,
there is none. Like there well, it's not like there's none, but there's just none that I'm used to getting. Like I used to get all the Avon books that had come out, and
yeah,
Avon just is like starting to put out a romantasy, and I'm like, what are you doing? You know, like I don't know.
you're chasing the trends. Yeah,
I
I hate
know, and
that.
it's not that there's not good vintage historical romances. Well, obviously, we've read several that I've liked, but I just really like the more modern ones.
I'm fighting like there's a certain. It has to be. I'm gonna. It's gonna be interesting how my journey goes, but I'm finding that that's because that was the first thing I was introduced to. That
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaning towards more of the modern ones, but the ones that still have some sort of world building a little bit, in that 2000, oh gosh, how did Maggie say it? She had like the 2010, like 2005,
Yeah,
2000 something into the
that shift in like the
2015.
2000s. There's like a
Yeah,
shift. And a
yeah,
lot of it had to do with feminism and down with the patriarchy and stuff like that, where women, like in these stories, had more agency with their
hmm,
own lives, even amongst all the roadblocks that they have during the time period where women were treated as property and stuff like that.
hmm,
But they actively searched for men in these stories that would help them get more freedom, and the men would be more open to having emotions, rather than
hmm,
just being the hero, that saved the day.
yeah.
And yeah, men had feelings in the
Men
new
have feelings
books,
too, guys. Yes.
and the women had a backbone. Okay, I don't know. I don't know how else to say it. That's kind of like what I feel like the newer ones
Yeah,
are.
yeah. But I'll always continue to try and read books. It's always,
Yeah,
I
you've
love it.
opened my eyes to
I enjoy it.
several, so of
Yeah,
the older ones.
yeah,
I mean, I still love Gentle Rogue. Like, you know how I
yeah.
love that one. He's
One of
just
the
something else, that
favorites.
hero. But I loves it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Oh,
put
do
the
we?
Crusty Cole book in my
Yeah.
Kindle. The
Do you have it?
Captain. I kind of like just put it on my list. It's probably gonna say I have to buy it, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'll find it somewhere else. But I like to put it in my list so I remember to like read it.
Same.
So I like have a pirate list, so it's going on the pirate list.
Right.
There we go. Done. My God, my husband is being as loud as he possibly can in the kitchen. I don't know if you can hear that. Jesus.
It's fine.
Do you hear sword sounds? Ching, 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 ching.
Yeah.
Over here.
Does he have a rapier?
Didn't you know how we fell in love? We had a sword fight.
Oh, that's funny.
Fucking day, dude. Sorry, excuse me. Uh,
Well, do we want to talk about next month's book? Because I think we had already selected it. If you're still up for it, it's one of your favorites.
Do I remember what it was?
Do you? Do you want me to show?
No. We're gonna read it again. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
In
yes.
my
I would
first
love to
time,
actually reread this one.
yeah. So my first time, you're a reread, right?
My reread, yeah. I haven't bought that book, but I'm gonna buy that book. So,
Okay.
um, oh my god, yeah, this is gonna be a reread for me. One of my favorite books of last year. Actually, my absolute favorite book of last year. It is a novella. It is under 300 pages, and it's a standalone fantasy romance. It is dark. It is brutal. It is heartbreaking. And it's friends to lovers, which are all things that I never want to read, which is really funny on why I think it's an amazing book. I can't say it made me like Friends to Lovers, but it was definitely one of those books that got me to like Friends of Lovers. So,
It's the
um,
same thing for me because like I like how I love time travel and I love Friends to Lovers, but it has to be done well. When it's done well, it's like a die-hard favorite of mine.
yeah,
And that's why I actually love them because I've read a couple, like a few that are so good. But then
hmm,
there are others that are just not.
yeah.
But yeah,
So I'm
it's so
curious
good.
to see how you like it. You might not. I don't know. You know, it's totally cool. I don't want to overhype it. Even, wait. I've already done that. I've already done that. I've already overhyped it. It's my favorite book ever. But I'm excited about it. Yep. I actually, I think there's audiobook, right? I think there actually is an
Yeah,
audiobook now.
let me see because I think there is. Because if so,
If so, I'm gonna
that,
reread on audiobook and see how that is.
no,
I like to do that. Like, I'll
same.
if I reread, I reread it on a different format. So
It's not a duet, but it is only on Audible.
yeah,
But maybe sometimes the libraries do have it though on Libby sometimes. Depends.
I know Hoopla doesn't. At least I haven't seen it on Hoopla, but I probably will go ahead and do the like checkout on Kindle Unlimited, and then hopefully it's only $7.50.
Yeah, because that's usually the best bet.
Yeah, so I'll try that if it's available because I no longer have Audible, but maybe I'll have to make an exception this month for this book because I love it so much, and I'll have to buy it
Well,
too.
I actually have Kindle Unlimited again. I don't know if I told you like what for this
Do
year.
you? You
Yeah, I
have
was like, you
Kindle
know what?
Unlimited again?
I can read instantly the books that if I have it physically, usually now they're on there too. So I'm like, I can do it. Read in all
Okay,
formats.
are you a Kindle Unlimited reader that just has like one or two books checked out on Kindle Unlimited, or do you fill all 20 slots?
Okay, when I had it before, I was filling all 20 spots, and then I had like a Kindle Unlimited list to add to my Kindle Unlimited when it was free.
Right,
free to
right. You have a
free to use.
TBR for the TBR, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
like
It said yeah. So let me see what if I filter. How many do I have? 14.
oh, good job. I want a video. I want a Kindle Unlimited library video. What is on your Kindle Unlimited library? That's what I want from you.
Okay.
Whenever, because you're not busy enough, you should also now make a video.
Yeah, dude, I'm so behind. I need to do my book haul for Q1, and then I'm like, I know I gotta do my birthday haul after that, but I still need to do my wrap up too for February and March. So I'm like, that's gonna be the next three.
Yeah, I was supposed to do a video today, but we ended up having some things to do because I did actually get off work early because it's our staff appreciation week. So I was like, "Yay, I get out at 2." And then we spent that entire time at my mom's. So it's like, dang it. Like, dang it. But that's okay. My mom is getting rid of her like metal bunk bed. Like the bottom one has like a couch and the top is a bunk bed. So we're giving that to my son. So So
Nice.
it's sitting in a truck outside.
We recently did that like a few weeks ago. Yeah, it was. I think it was like we still had the box when I was showing my unhaul. I was trying to do actual all my shelves in unhaul. So he got graduated from his Batman Mobile one that's like on the floor because then he got
Oh,
one that actually has cool lights. Like it it has a light thing on the and it's like a bookshelf light thing. Like it's a bookshelf headboard, but it has lights.
oh,
So and he can change
cute.
the color and he uses it
LED
daily.
lights.
I'm like,
That's
I'm
so
jealous. I want one.
cute. I know I got some of those strip lights for my son's bed at some point, but they just fell off of his bed. So I was like, forget that. They were
It
like
was
collected dog hair on the floor. So I was like, well, I'll just throw it away.
it was relatively like really affordable. I want to say maybe $200 at that, like
Oh, that's not
a little
bad.
under.
It's
Yeah,
a
because we already
twin,
had
right?
a mattress. So yeah, huh? A
Is it a
twin, yeah.
twin?
But
Yeah.
yeah, but you
And they'll
could
have
get
that
two.
forever. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But yeah, it's
Yeah, well,
nice.
we have summer coming, so I thought it would be good because I know we're probably going to have some kids over here sleeping over. So I was
Yeah.
like, that'll be good. At least we'll have an extra mattress now. And then maybe the dog can sleep underneath on the couch part. I don't know. Because right now the dog gets in bed with my son. Like I go in there in the morning and they're like legit snuggled. I was like, oh my god, that
That's
can't be
funny.
good. Because he's like, my dog weighs more than my son. So I don't know.
I believe it. Some dogs are huge. They're like
Hmm.
heavy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's
Um,
120 pounds for sure. My dog. And my son, I don't think he's cracked 100 yet. So
he's so cute, your dog, and extra son too, I guess. Like your dog, he's always giving pets.
son, dog. Oh, it's always the animals are always cuter. I don't care. I don't care. I agree.
That's funny. My kids are starting to wear me down to get a cat at least soon.
Oh, you should. Did you see my
We
pictures holding all the kitties?
yes, and I think my husband is giving me the look right now. He's like, no,
Okay, I will
because
say if
I used to have a cat I loved and she died, and we just like ever since I was like I couldn't get another cat.
I mean
Like
personally, I find cats very easy because they mostly take care of themselves. You don't have to remember to feed them because they will let you know.
yeah,
And a dog is harder to take care of. You can't really like if you go leave town for a couple days, you just kind of throw some extra food out for the cats and leave a bowl of water out. They'll be fine. They'll totally be fine. Can't do that with the dog.
yeah,
And then I
oh yeah,
personally am not. I'm a no rodents household. No rodents, no reptiles household. I don't do that. Mm-mm.
I know, yeah.
Too stinky. No birds. Too stinky. Um, and the only other thing I would get is a fish. That's the low maintenance pet.
Yeah.
And I
If we
mean,
were to
a
get a
fish.
dog, it would have to be a really small dog because we live in an apartment. So it would have to be like maybe
Oh,
my husband loves what are they called? Dachshunds, the hot dog dogs. What are they called?
oh yeah,
Dachshunds.
yeah. A dachshund.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. I don't know. I don't.
The
I used to
wiener
have to work
dog.
so
A
bad.
wiener dog.
The wiener dogs,
They
yeah.
are cute. Yeah,
They're so cute.
yeah. Speaking of, see, he's right here.
He's a kitty cat.
And sometimes you get a cat that fetches like a dog, so you don't even need a dog. You get this one, and he just brings you hair ties, and then you throw them.
Oh my gosh, her name was Lucy, and she's like an orange and like white cat, and she was just like the cuddliest like lap cat. That's all she wanted to do. Is we also called her the paracat because she would sit on your shoulder like a
Oh,
like a parakeet and like sit on the couch and then yeah, it was hilarious.
that's so cute.
Yeah,
I know my
yeah.
husband's not a fan of cats, but he likes our cats, and we even
Hmm.
have like a stray right now out front. Um, he's all black, and we call him Flo. I don't know if you've seen that movie Flo. We watched this movie, and it's with a
Oh
black
yeah.
cat and stuff. And For some reason, we got this canned salmon in one of our grocery orders. We never ordered it. It was just one of those random things that was like thrown in somehow. It was literally a can of salmon just cut up, bones and all, in this can. And we're like, who's going to eat that? So we're feeding it to the stray cat outside because it was super skinny. And that cat is like every night is at our doorstep. It's not leaving. So now my husband's, I was like walking outside. I'm like, oh, your cat's out here. Go feed it its salmon. Like that thing is eating good.
Like, I'm eating good here. I got salmon. I'm gonna, this is the life.
We're not even giving it to the house cats. They don't deserve it. You're gonna give it to skinny cat outside that won't even come up to us yet. It's still so timid, but it's getting closer, So he's like,
That's funny.
anyways, cats can be fun, but there's a lot of jerk cats. You really like if you ever got one. I always had whoever your roughest kid is. You have like one gentle kid and one rough kid. I don't know if you have one of those. I have one of those.
Same.
I have the roughest kid pick the cat up. Because like my son picked the first cat up by its neck and it just kind of like hung there and sat there and we're like, okay, that's going to be the cat for us. We did the same thing with the next one, only this time Friendly was able to hold its bottom, but still he was like, he just doesn't know how to be gentle. And the cat just sat there and took it and was purring. So that's how we got our two cats. That's how we picked them.
Because we just wanted. I rescued the ones before, and that's usually what I do. Is we'll just go to like what's it called, the Humane Society or wherever it is, and rescue them. But yeah, and then I was wanted to make the one was actually a rehome from somebody else. So Lucy was a rehome to me from a friend of a friend or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'll take the kitty cat. I'm like,
Heck yeah.
Cute.
Like,
yeah. I'm like, she's, spayed and everything. I'm like, yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, and it's one of those things is like, at first I was apprehensive because, the cat personalities, I mean,
you never know what you need. Yeah.
And I found, and then we did rescue like a male black cat at one time too, but he was a kitten, but he was, would not want you. He'll sit there for like 20 minutes. Like whenever my husband come home and let him pet him for 20 minutes, and then he's like, "Then I'm gone. You will never see me again for
done. Reached my limit." That's hilarious.
Which is funny.
Yeah,
I love the lap cats because I just want to I like to be chill.
Yeah, I don't mind when my cat plays fetch because he brings me things. I don't have to go anywhere. And sometimes he'll leave it at my feet and I'll be like, nope, not close enough. I just wait there a little bit and then he'll come bring it closer to me.
Yeah, my cat would literally have would come to me to snuggle like a teddy bear and want to be when I would sleep on his side. Yeah, it was, that's why I'm like, it was a special relationship and I couldn't recover after it.
Oh, I get it. I understand. It's hard to move on sometimes too. So, but your kids are gonna wear you down. You know it. You know it. You and your husband's just gonna have to deal with that. You and your husband's gonna have to deal with that. They're gonna wear you down.
Yep, probably.
And then you'd be like, okay, I'll get a cat, but you have to do the litter box. You'll tell the kids you have to feed it, you have to water it. Who's gonna be doing that stuff after a week? Mom.
Me and my husband.
So be prepared.
My husband a lot of time because he'll be home, he's at home, so take care of him. Like, yeah, this is gonna happen. That's probably why he gives me the death glare. It's like, no.
He's like, no, I'm not taking care of another thing.
Exactly.
I don't blame him. It's just another freaking mouth to feed.
Yeah, exactly.
I totally don't blame him.
Yelling at me, it's hungry, yes.
Seriously, I just want to be left alone, and this thing's meowing at me. But then it gives you little tiny kisses on the nose. You're like, okay, I'll feed you. Anyways, I think I need to go out there and help my husband because I'm hearing a lot of swear words out there, and
Right.
I think something's going
There
wrong.
you go.
So maybe he needs some help. Maybe I should
Okay.
help.
Yeah. We'll chat about the reading sprints and then scheduling the live show as we do. So we'll post that on our Instagram profile.
Yes,
There you
June.
go.
Scattered
June.
Bones. Every time
Schedule.
I say the title, I have to say it like that. I don't
Nice.
know. I don't know why. I just have
All
to.
right. Yep.
All right. Thanks everyone for joining us. Bye.
Bye. Awkward ways.
Awkward wave. I'm gonna